Good day, everybody. Glad you could join me today. Today, we're going to take a look at another knife from Spain, from Joker. This is the Nomad 6.5. It's a beast of a knife. I've been loving it every day. But anyways, what I'm going to do is I'll grab this sheath. We're going to do some chops on this cherry wood. Now this is the same wood that I use with my parang and also with my kukris. So I know that's a tough wood. Now we're going to give it a shot with this 6.5 Nomad. I'm going to bring you a little closer. Alright, now this is nice and close. So let's do a little bit of chopping and see what she bites. Again, Joker Nomad 6.5 out of Spain. Beautiful, beautiful, full convex. Beautiful knife. I'm liking it. Alright, let's do some chops. Oh, good chunk there. Check that out. Now that's deep. Can she chop? You betcha it can chop. Like no problem. Them chips were flying. Like, look at that. That went in 3/4 of an inch. 3/4 of an inch right there. No edge damage whatsoever. No hot spots. That's amazing. I had a good grip of that. I even choked it back a bit to do some of my chops. Grabbing it back here. Grabbing it up front. Oh, that's nice. Can it chop? You be the judge of that. Check that out. No problem. She could chop, no problem. Okay, so anyways, there she goes. Let's do some fine work over by my other spot. We'll do a little bit of carving, and we'll check that out. Not there. But you know what? No problem, boy. She can feather stick. No problem. Feather sticking's very easy. When your wood's dry, you want to make small curls, large curls. Yeah, she works pretty good. Nice and sharp. I like that convex grind. When it's done right, she cuts good. I'm not the best feather sticker, but it can do it. Now, we know it chops good. We've seen it chop good. Batonding is no problem. Like, look at that. I'd probably go a 4-inch log, no problem. Yeah, she's got no problem, that's for sure. All right, we'll take a break from in the field, and I just wanted to cover a few things. We're talking the Nomad from Joker 6.5. All right. Now, the sheath itself is a very nice sheath. I like that they stitched it and got rid of the fasteners there. I like that. Even though on my other Nomad, the fasteners had a lot of strength to it. But I like that it's stitched. Now, inside the sheath itself was a plastic insert to help guide your knife when you're sheathing it. All right? Before we go any further, I was out yesterday trying to videotape this outside in my one shelter. It was crazy muggy. It was rainy. Then the neighbors started doing their roofing in between rain showers, and then it got hot, and then I started to sweat, and then I just said, you know what, I just can't do this no more. So today, as you can see, it's still raining pretty good, and I thought I'd finish this off indoors. But I'm going to cut in a little video here talking about the insert that was in this knife. All right? Here it is. After I did the video the other day, I started to really examine the sheath and the knife closer. I started to take a look at that insert, because a couple of times when I pulled out my blade, on the belly right here, there was like a very fine gray fluff. And I'm looking at it saying, what is that? So I started looking in the knife, or I started looking in the sheath when I'm setting in the knife into that insert. And it was rubbing on the edge. Okay, so I removed it, and this is what it is. Okay. And if you look close, you can see right here where I was starting to cut it. All right. So I'll just put the sheath aside because this was the insert for the sheath. It sat right here. It's not plastic. Looks like carbon fiber. But also on the inside lip here, that's my fingernail grabbing it, there's an edge. The other side, none. This side, a big edge. Okay, so now the sheath was designed so that when you sheath your knife, it lines it up, but you can hear it. Hear it? The blade is contacting the inside here. I don't like that. There you go. Totally don't like that. It's not my cup of tea. Definitely not carbon fiber like I thought it was. It's very brittle plastic. Anyways, I don't have to worry about that no more. Okay, crazy. Now, I don't know why they put that type of insert in there. When I first looked at it, I could be wrong, but I thought it was carbon fiber. But it broke so easy. It was so brittle that when I broke it, I was actually a little shocked that I broke it. Okay. But anyways, to me, that's a con. It shouldn't have been in there. And if it was, it should have been made out of maybe a different type of material and maybe shaped a little different. But anyways, regardless, I got rid of it. It's no longer part of my sheath. And I have no problem unsheathing and sheathing this knife. Okay, so a lot of people, when you're talking like a bushcraft knife, whittling, feather sticking, processing wood, like, let's face it, there's all kinds of lengths of blades you can get, right? A very good bushcraft knife, to me, is anywhere between 3.5 to, let's say, 4.5 inches, right? To do all your small tasks. And then between, let's say, 5 inches and 7 inches, like this one here, is going to be a great knife for processing wood. You can baton with that. You can do almost anything you want, especially with the full tang. But that there is a nice knife for processing bigger wood, okay? You're not going to be too intimidated on breaking your knife. Not of this size. All right. So I got a few more examples here of comparison, okay? This is a 6.5 inch blade. This is a small kukri that I have. I have 8 inch, 10 inch, 12 inch, and I also have a nice 6 inch blade. So in comparing the two knives, the 6.5 on top, the 6 inch on the bottom, like that is a couple of nice blades. The kukri's heavier, but it's also 5/16 of an inch thick compared to probably a little under 1/4 inch for this one here. All right. But I'll tell you, the sweet spot right here for when you're chopping and you're doing your flick cuts can process a lot of wood very easily. I really enjoy working with a small kukri like this for small tasks. This is a beater, and I love it. Both these knives here are convexed. That's like a high saber grind with convex, and this is a true kind of let's say Scandi convex. All right, very nice knife. Now, if you're unfamiliar with kukris or whatever, maybe some of yous are familiar with the K-Bar Becker line of knives, like the BK7. Okay, now the BK7, very nice, very big handle, more of a tactical blade, but you could still process wood with that, no problem. And in comparison, right here, very, very close, okay? Very close. Another very good choice. All right. Another one, but it's, see, the thing is I have customs, I have factory built. It's very hard to choose what are you going to showcase, right? Because like the knife I got here, for example, it was made for me, and it's almost like a kukri style. But the thing is it's one of a kind, right? But just to go and show you this knife here, I'm telling you, you could process a lot of wood with this, and I have no problem batoning with this. So in comparison, weight, this is a bit heavier, but if you look, it's close to the same style and, you know, type of blade, right? Now this one here is a true convex, and this is more or less like a saber with a convex, but I like it. Two very similar knives, but this one here is more of a kukri style, right? So anyways, I just wanted to give you some insight on the size of this blade in comparison with a few others that I own. All right. Now, the blade itself is 6.5 inches, and what is it? At the widest point, it's just under 1.5 inches at the tip. Just shy of 1.5 inches. So you got a very nice beefy knife. Batoning with this, as you're going to see, is no problem. So anyways, so far the only con was that plastic / whatever it was insert they had in the sheath. That shouldn't be there. All right, so let's get back in the field and let's continue using that Joker Nomad 6.5. Nice flat board for a bow drill. All right, I'm going to keep that for another video. But I'm going to do a bow drill with that board right there. I don't think it's too thin. I think it's not too bad, 3/8 thick. I'll give it a go. Nice and flat, nice and dry. problem here. Nice and dry. Good for shaving. Alright, so I got 2 boards for a bow drill. This one's a little fatter, so I'll keep them aside. I'll make myself a spindle later, and that'll be an upcoming video. The plane's by us now. Nice and fine curls. Like it's 6.5 inch blade is a big knife. It's got a little bit of weight to it, but you can manhandle that no problem. You know, like easy to manipulate, fits good in your hand. And I got big hands, and it fits good. You can make nice fine little curls. I'll bring you a little closer, and you'll take a look at how fine I can go. She makes nice curls. You can choke up pretty good. Works good even right at the end here. For the task of feather sticking is no problem. Like, it's a big knife, but you can handle her pretty well. Yeah, that's fine. You can start a fire with that, no problem. A couple of them. A little gnarly, some knots. I really don't think we're going to have a problem. Because as you can see, she cut that cherry wood pretty easy. Nice knot right here. Yeah, this sweet blade. That's right in the knot. So there you go. That's a Joker Nomad 6.5. Excellent little knife. Now, did a little bit of feather sticking. Batoning was no problem. We did some chopping. You can see what that does. We'll throw this aside. A nice sharp knife, boy. It came very sharp out of the box. Vampire steaks are easy to make. Yeah, she carves very nice. No problem there. Paper thin. Nice 7-notch. Yeah, she chops good. Okay, let's get something a little bigger. Making a pot hanger, man, no problem. Carving nice. Like that's a big knife, and it's still very, very easy to use. Camphor in the end, if you're making a tent spake. Yeah. So making tent pegs and spikes and whatever, no problem. You can make shavings almost see-through. You know what? This knife, a neck knife, small silky saw, cutting wood this size, that's all you need. Build a shelter, get a fire going of any kind. You don't need much more than that. You'll do it. This will do the fine work. It'll make pot hangers, it'll make notches, do whatever you want with that. Very easy to manipulate, handle. I like that convex grind. Very nice knife. Don't need much more than that. If you want a hatchet, not a problem. But I believe if you're only going to go with wood that size to build a shelter or to start a fire, cut it with your silky saw, do your splitting with this, and you can even do your fine carving with that also. As you can see, no problem. Okay, I'll back you up and we'll close her off. Alright, so as you can see, it's a nice knife. No edge problem whatsoever. Very nice blade. And she chops very fine. No problem. Okay. I like the sheath. I always did on all the Joker products so far. This one here did come with a fire steel. Nice little ferrocene rod. The attention to detail is nice. I'm going to keep that pristine for now. I'll keep that for an emergency. But that's a nice sheath. Again, like I said, they removed the snaps and sewed it in this time. That's a plus in my books. Excellent quality. Now, the spine, it is somewhat sharp. And yeah, she'll definitely throw the sparks. No problem. So there you go. Do I recommend Joker products? For sure. I have a few of them now, and I have no complaints whatsoever. No complaints. There's a few more. I have one more that I still got to showcase, but then there's another one with a different steel that's only been out for about 5 months, and I'm going to get my hands on that one also. Joker products gets a thumb up for me. It's a great knife. The ones I have anyways. You want yourself a nice all-around knife that'll do all your chopping, splitting, fire making tasks, you know, pot hangers, trigger trap building, whatever notches you want. You know what? You can do that with this son of a gun right here. It's not fatiguing, it's not too heavy, it's balanced very well. So anyways, thanks for dropping in, taking a look at the Joker Nomad 6.5. Don't forget to subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. Put a comment in the bottom. You guys take care. Bye now.